Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Don from 1A Auto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And the next time you need a part for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to replace a window regulator on this 2004 Nissan Titan. And we show you on the driver's side, but the passenger side is a similar procedure. And the items you'll need for this is a new window regulator from 1AAuto.com, flat blade screwdriver, an 8mm and a 10mm socket and ratchet. Start off prying off this little panel back here behind the door handle, and then this panel along your pull handle. And then you want to remove this 10mm bolt, this 10mm bolt, and this 10mm bolt right here. And you can use a Phillips screwdriver instead if you'd prefer. Using a flat blade screwdriver, pry up on the side of your switch pack, then lift the front up, and then slide the back forward, and then push the tab on each of these harnesses and pull them free. Now pull out along the door panel to release the clips and lift it up and out of the windowsill, and then push the tabs on either side of this harness and pull it free, and then push this forward, lift it up and out, and do the same thing with this one. Now peel back your water shield. Holding your window in, there's a 10mm bolt here and a 10mm bolt here. You want your regulator to be lined up with these holes so you can remove those bolts. If it's not, cut both of these cables and push your window down to that point, if your regulator won't move on its own to that point. And we'll fast forward as Don removes those two bolts. And then slide the window up and out of the regulator. And if your window channel isn't very tight, it's a good idea to just tape that window up into place. Pull your harness from the door, and then just push this tab and pull the harness free. And we'll fast forward as Don peels back the water shield a bit more to access all the regulator bolts. Now you can access this bolt here and this bolt. You want to remove those two and then loosen these two. And we'll just fast forward as Don does that. And now remove these three 10mm bolts right here. Now lift up on the regulator so that that bolt will go up and out. And then do the same thing for the other side. And now you can pull your regulator down and out through this hole right here.
If you need to swap your window motor to the new regulator, remove these three 10mm bolts and the motor will disconnect from the regulator.
And now your motor will pull down and out. And take your new regulator, push the motor into place, and then replace those three 8mm bolts. And once you've tightened those up, swap over those two bolts that you used to hang the regulator in the door. Now feed the regulator back into the door. And then push those two 10mm bolts back through the door to hang the regulator in place. And we'll fast forward as Dawn replaces and tightens up all of those 10mm bolts, holding the motor and regulator in place. And if you've taped your window, just remove the tape and then slide the window down into your regulator. And once it's down into place and lined up, just replace those two 10mm bolts. And then just replace your water shield. To replace your door panel, take your lock cable, push it back down into place and then slide that back into the bracket. And do the same thing with your door handle cable. And then reconnect your courtesy light. And then lift your door panel back up onto the windowsill, making sure that your switch pack harnesses are going back up through the door panel. And once you have it in place, make sure the clips line up and just hit them back in. Reconnect your switch pack. And then slide this tab on the back down in first, and then push the front down. Then replace those three 10mm Phillips bolts. Now push the small panel behind your door handle back into place, and then the small panel in your pull handle in place, and you're all set.
We hope this video helps you out. Brought to you by oneauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free, 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.